everyone, it's Alysha Randall here. If you're a finance professional working in a startup or scale up, you've probably wondered at some point, should we stick to a traditional budget or is a rolling budget a better fit? So the short answer is it depends on the stage of your business. But if you're still figuring out product market fit, expanding into new regions, or juggling a tight cash runway, then a rolling budget is probably the way to go. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. So budgets don't necessarily work for startups. So let's start with budgets and why they aren't always a great fit, particularly for early stage businesses. So budgets are, you probably already know this, but they're a fixed financial plans, usually covering 12 months, and they assume a level of stability that most startups just don't have. So the problems are startups really do operate in chaos. So if you're still figuring out your pricing, testing different sales channels, shifting your business model, that budget you locked in 6 months ago, or sometimes even 3 months ago, is already updated. And so your budget kind of stops reflecting reality. It becomes useless. I mean, I've even worked for businesses where the budget was useless in about 2 months because it just changes so much. So this is why rolling forecasts work much better for startups. A rolling forecast, on the other hand, it's flexible, it's real-time financial model, it updates monthly, can do quarterly, but particularly because I work for very early stage, we do monthly. Quarterly might be fine as well. And here's why rolling forecasts are really great for startups. So the first reason is managing cash runway. If you're burning cash fast and you need to know exactly how long you've got left, then a rolling forecast lets you adjust spending in real time, particularly because cash burn doesn't necessarily tell you your cash burn in month 1 is not going to tell you what cash burn is going to be in month 5. It's so changeable, it just doesn't make sense. Adapting to new KPIs. So let's be real, startups don't always know their most important metrics at the beginning, and a rolling forecast helps you adjust as you start seeing trends. Number 3, scenario planning. So if you're thinking about hiring, expanding into new markets, increasing marketing spend, a rolling forecast helps you model different outcomes before you commit, particularly when your resources are tight, which is the nature of a startup. Your resources are tight. There may be a change. There may be a new trend. There may be something else that's come out of the woodwork, and you need to work out how you're going to use those tight resources to the best ability or for the best outcome. And then investor and board confidence. Your investors don't really care about last year's budget. They want up-to-date insights. They want to know what's happening tomorrow. They want to know where you're going to be in 6 months' time. And they want to know that certain changes or product market fit or what have you, how is that going to change your financial performance and your strategy? But then on the flip side, when does a budget still make sense? So I'm not saying budgets are totally useless. If you're post Series A with predictable revenue, stable customers, and a long sales cycle, an annual budget can give you that structure. But even then, you should still have a rolling forecast alongside it so you can adjust it if things change. So how to move to a rolling forecast? If your startup is still clinging to a static budget and it's not working, then here's how you can make the fix. So firstly, pick a forecasting period. 12-month rolling forecast updated quarterly or monthly works well for most startups. Number 2, start with cash. So cash is king. Make sure your rolling forecast prioritizes cash runway and burn rate. You need to know what those things are at all times. Number 3, use actual data. And sometimes this is harder than it sounds, but you really want to build your forecast based on real revenue costs, real market conditions, and not some outdated projections. And you want the KPIs to be as accurate as possible because often your KPIs is what's driving that revenue model. And you want to keep it simple. So focus on those key revenue drivers, those major costs, and your cash positions. You don't need to overcomplicate it. And number 5, you can adjust it as you learn. So if your key metrics shift, then you update your forecast, and that's the whole point. So agility really wins here. So just to summarize, most early stage startups should ditch that static budget and move to rolling forecast, because startups need that agility, those real-time insights, and a way to make decisions based on actual performance, not outdated assumptions. So if you're a finance professional working within a startup and you're still stuck on that rigid budget cycle, you may want to rethink your approach. So if you want to learn how to build a rolling budget that actually works in a startup environment, then maybe take a look at my Financial Leadership Fundamentals course. It shows you exactly how to set up a flexible real-time financial model that founders, investors, and leadership teams will actually use. You can click below on that, or links for lots more free resources that we offer. Okay, that's everything for today. Hopefully you found that video helpful, and subscribe or drop a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.